Hello my dear students, welcome you all for the Samveda e-learning program. We are in the second session of data handling. I heartily welcome you all for the class. Before going to learn about today's concept, let us recall what we have learnt in the first session. In the first session, we understood about how the data as well as data handling plays very important role in our daily life, and we have also learnt about the tally marking which is required for the data handling, and we have solved few problems based on daily life situations by taking the help of tally marks. As you all know that data is a collection of numbers gathered to give some informations, and to get the particular information from the given data quickly, the data has to be organized first. The organization of data can be done in various ways. And also you have learnt about data handling. Data handling means, data handling refers to the systematic organization of the data. It is an important requirement in our daily life to complete the work smoothly and in an organized way. And you have learnt about the 6 stages of data handling: data collection, data preparation, data input, processing, data interpretation and data storage. And also you have learnt the applications of the data handling in our daily life, like in a government sector, at the school and in the library, how the books are going to be arranged and why it has to be arranged. And also you learnt in the case of medical stores, why the medicines should be arranged in a proper way, in a systematic manner. Why? Because to provide the medicines for the customer without making them wait for that, they have to maintain the proper records, and also company has to maintain the records of the employee for their work details. And in case of agriculture also, there should be the maintenance of the proper maintenance of the data, ensure the agricultural product which is required and which is to be supplied to the public. In the second session, that is in the today's session, you are going to learn more about data handling. You are going to learn about pictograph in the representation of data, and you are going to solve problems on pictograph, and you are going to learn about bar graph in the representation of data, and also you are going to solve problems on bar graph. My dear students, are you all ready? Are you ready with a pen as well as book? Let us learn about pictograph first. Pictograph means it is the systematic way of representation of data. In statistics, pictograms are the charts in which the icon represent numbers to make it more interesting and easier to understand. So, we are going to use the pictures to represent the data. Why? Because to make it more interesting and easier to understand. A large number of data can be written in a simplest way by using pictures. A key is often included to indicate what each icon represent. We are going to use the symbols, various symbols. For that we are going to provide the key. That means if one flower or one book or some any thing or any object which gives some numbers, all icon must be of the same size, but a fraction of an icon can be used to show the respective fractions of the amount. To understand more about this, let us go with an example. See, this is how we are going to represent the data using pictures. Here there are 5 students. If you are going to consider one flower for 2 students, the 5 students are going to be represented like this. So, here one flower indicate 2 students means half flower indicate 1. So, therefore, 5 students can be represented like this. It is easy to represent 4 students because one flower represent 2 students. Therefore, 4 students can be represented by 2 flowers. This is what the key we have to be provide for the pictograph. For the 3, so one flower represent 2 students and this half flower represent 1 student. This is what the pictograph gives us. to understand the data in a simplest way. How to analyze a pictogram? Let us take the situation 1. To analyze the data, we have to understand the picture provided in the pictograph first along with the key. Here in a school, there are some students are going to be absent in a week. It is going to be represented like this, and the key for this pictograph is given. This one head indicate the one absence. 5 students are absent on Monday, and on Tuesday 4 students are absent. Wednesday 2 students are absent. There is no absence in Thursday and 1 absence in Friday, and there are 2, 4, 6, 8 students are absent on Saturday. So, based on the data provided, we have to answer the question. The first question is like this: on which day were the maximum number of students absent? It is easy to find out the day where the maximum number of students absent. It is easy to find the answer now. Now, let us come to the second question: which day had full attendance? We have to find there is no absence for the particular day. In third question, what was the total number of absentees in this week or in that week? Let us answer for the first question: on which day were the maximum number of students absent? It is easy to identify. On Saturday, the maximum students are absent, and that can be seen on the table. There are 8 pictures in the row for the Saturday. On all other day, the number of pictures are less. So, that is why Saturday we can see the more number of absentees. Come to the second question: which day had full attendance? That means on Thursday there is no the picture. So, therefore, that indicates no absentees on Thursday. What was the total number of absentees in that week? Let us count the number of pictures given on each day. Monday there are 5 pictures, Tuesday there are 4, Wednesday there are 2, Thursday no picture provided, Friday 1, Saturday there are 8 pictures. Altogether there are 20 pictures. Therefore, the 20 students were absent on particular week. Now, let us come to the another problem. The colors of fridges preferred by the people living in a locality are shown by the following pictograph. The blue color fridges preferred by some number of people, and green color preferred by some numbers, red color preferred by some number, and white color preferred by some number. But the key is given for this graph is this one picture equal to 10 people. That means blue color is preferred by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. What about green color? Yes, there are 3 pictures, 3 into 10, 30. What about red color? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 full pictures, that is 5 into 10 is 50, and there is a half a picture. We can roughly take it as a 5. Therefore, 50 plus 5 is 55. The white color is preferred by 2 people, that is 20. And answer the questions provided for the picture. Find the number of people preferring blue color, we have to find, and how many people like red color. These two are the question based on the data given in the question. Now, let us find the answer for the first one. Find the number of people preferred by blue color. How many pictures are there on blue color? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is why 5 into 10 means 50 people preferred the blue color. Now, come to the second question. How many people liked red color? Here in the column, red color column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is deciding the number of people liked the red color need more care. For 5 complete picture, we get 5 into 10, 50 people. For the last incomplete picture, we may roughly take it as 5. So, the number of people preferred red color is nearly 55. Is it understood? Shall we move on to the next situation? In the next situation, a survey was carried out on 30 students of class 6 in a school. Data about the different modes of transport used by them to travel to the school was displayed as pictograph. What you can conclude from the pictograph? By seeing the pictograph, we can come to the conclusion. So, it is the method of travel by the student towards the school in a various mode, like by using private car, by using public bus, by using school bus, by using cycle, and by walking, the students are going to be travel to the school. Now, in case of private cars, here the key is given for this pictograph. This one smiley gives one student. So, therefore, the private car chosen by 4 students. From the pictograph, we find that the number of students coming by private car is 4, and in case of private bus, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students are going to be coming by private bus. In case of school bus, there are more number of students are going to be chosen. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 students are going to be come to the school by bus, and by cycle there are 3 students, and by walking, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 students are coming by walk to the school. It is easy to interpret the data in pictograph now. Now, let us go to the another situation. The situation 3 says, the following is the pictograph of the number of wristwatches manufactured by a factory in a particular week. See, the one watch equal to 100 wristwatches. This one watch symbol is equal to 100 wristwatch. Be careful while writing the answer for this question. Here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 watches, means 6 into 100 gives us 600 wristwatches. Now, let us answer the question. The question is like this: on which day were the least number of wristwatches manufactured? Look at the screen carefully. In which day the least number of watch were manufactured? Yes, you are exactly correct. On Saturday. If you look at the data provided in the question, we come to know that on Saturday there are least number of watches are manufactured. Now, come to the another question: on which day were the maximum number of wristwatches manufactured? So, after seeing the picture, we come to know that on Thursday there are maximum number of watches were manufactured, and find the approximate number of wristwatches manufactured in particular week. In that particular week, we have to find the number of complete pictures. There are 38 such complete pictures in the data given in the question. Therefore, 38 into 100 is 3800, and there are 3 half watches. So, if you consider 3 half watches represent 50 numbers, means 3 into 50 watches gives rise to 150. Therefore, total number of watches manufactured in that particular weeks are 3950 watches. This is how we have to answer the question based on pictograph. My dear student, I request you people to try yourself. The following pictograph shown the number of tractors in a 5 villages. Observe the pictograph and answer the following question. Before that, you have to see the key which is given for the pictograph, and there are 4 different questions on the pictograph. Which village has minimum number of tractors? Whether A, whether B, C or D or E village, you have to be find. Which village has the maximum number of tractors? How many more tractors village C has to compare to village B? What is the total number of tractors in all 5 villages? You have to find. And there is another question. The following are the number of electric bulbs purchased for a lodging house during the first 4 months of a year. Represent the details by a pictograph. In January, there are 20 bulbs are used or purchased. In February month, 26 purchased. in March month 30 bulbs are purchased, in April month 34 bulbs are purchased. For this you have to represent the data by using pictograph. You have to choose the key for the graph, and whether you can take the symbol of electric bulb or a flower or a book or a smiley, whatever may be, but you have to go with a proper key. Try these two questions at your home. Now, let us learn what do you mean by bar graph. So, that there is another method to represent the data apart from the pictograph, that is what we call bar graph. So, in case of pictograph, we are going to use the pictures of different objects to represent the data. Here we are going to use the bars, vertical bars or horizontal bars to represent the data. Bars of uniform width can be drawn horizontally or vertically with equal spacing between them, and then the length of each bar represent the given numbers. Such method of representing data is called bar diagram or bar graph. Bar graph means bars of uniform width can be drawn horizontally or vertically with equal spacing between them, and the length of each bar represent the given number. Such a method of representing the data is called bar diagram or a bar graph. Let us understand how the bar graph is going to be useful to understand the situation. Let us look at the example of vehicle traffic at a busy road crossing Delhi, which was studied by the traffic police on particular day. The number of vehicles passing through the crossing every hour from 6 am to 12 noon is shown. The bar graph. 1 unit of length stand for 100 vehicles. Here the bar graph, which is based on this situation which is provided. It is the survey by the traffic police to understand the traffic in a particular hour in a Delhi. So, they found that from the time 6 to 7 o'clock there are 100. So, here each equal width or the space provides the 100 numbers. In case of 6 to 7 o'clock there are 100 number of vehicles are going to be identified, and in case of 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock there are 1200 vehicles. In case of 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock nearly 1000 vehicles are going to be identified. In case of 9 am to 10 am, so nearly equal to 1000, and in case of 11 am to 10 am to 11 am there are nearly equal to 900, and 11 am to 12 noon, so nearly there are 500 vehicles are going to be identified. How to draw the bar graph? Let us understand by the situation 1. Here Ronald has prepared a table representing choice of fruits made by his classmate. Draw the bar graph for this data. Name of the fruit given banana, orange, apple and guava. Number of students preferred are 8, 3, 5 and 4. So, how to represent this data in a bar graph means? How to represent this data in a bar graph means? So, we have to take the scale like this. 1 unit length is equal to 1 student. Here I have taken over here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are equal width I am taken. This length gives us 1 student. So, here the number of student preferred banana are 8. So, therefore, the vertical bar obtained for 8 number is like this, and orange was preferred by 3 students. For 3 the bar obtained like this. For apple 5 students are preferred, the 5 is going to be represented like this, and guava preferred by 4 students, and it is going to be represented like this. This is how a bar graph is going to be drawn for the data. So, it is helpful us to analyze the data easily and to come to the conclusion very quickly. So, that means by seeing this bar graph we can come to the conclusion that orange preferred by 3 students and banana preferred by most of the students, that is 8 students preferred banana, the least number of students preferred orange is 3. So, this is how we can interpret the data. Let us come to the another question. the number of mathematics books sold by a shopkeeper on 6 consecutive days as shown below. Draw a bar graph to represent the above information. Choose the scale of your choice. We have to take the scale of our choice and we have to be represent the data by using bar graph. Sunday 65 books were sold, Monday 40 were sold, Tuesday 30 were sold, Wednesday 50 were sold, Thursday 20 and Friday 70 books were sold. So, that can be represent like this. So, we have to take the scale 1 unit length is equal to 10 book means then on Sunday. So, there are 65 books are sold and on Monday 40 books and on Tuesday 30 books. Yes, on Wednesday there are 50 books and in case of Thursday there are 20 books and in case of Friday the 70 books were sold. So, this is how we are going to obtain the bar graph for the question given. Is it understood? Shall we move on to the next question? Yes. Now, read the adjoining bar graph shown the number of students in a particular class of school. Answer the following question. What is the scale of this graph? We have to write the scale of the graph. How many new students are added every year? And the third question is the number of students in the year 2003 twice that in the year 2000? Let us answer the question. What is the scale of this graph? The scale of this graph is 1 unit length is equal to 10 students. It is easy to identify, which is given already in the graph. How many new students were added every year? So, if you look at the graph, we will come to know that 10 students are going to be added every year. Is the number of students in 2003 twice that in the year 2000? Yes, there are 30 students in 2000 and there are 60 students in 2003. Therefore, the number of students in the year 2003 is twice that in the year 2000. My dear students, you have learned something about bar graph as well as pictograph. Let us understand what you have learned in this session. We have seen that data is a collection of number of gathered to give some information. To get a particular information from the given data quickly, the data can be arranged in a tabular form using tally marks. We learned how a pictograph represents the data in the form of pictures, objects or parts of the objects. We have also seen how to interpret a pictograph and answer the related questions. We have drawn the pictograph using symbol to represent a certain number of items or things. For example, 1 book is equal to 100 books. We have discussed how to represent data by using a bar diagram or a bar graph. In a bar graph, bars of uniform width are drawn horizontally or vertically with equal spacing between them. The length of each bar gives the required information. To do this, we also discussed the process of choosing a scale for the graph. For example, 1 unit is equal to 100 students. We have also practiced reading a given bar graph. We have seen how many interpretations from the same can be made. Based on this today's concept, what you have learned, I am giving you home assignment, do the work and show to your teacher. The question is like this: in a mathematics test, the following marks were obtained by 40 students. Arrange these marks in a table using tally marks. Find how many students obtained marks equal or more than 7 marks. how many students obtained marks below 4 marks. The second question is, Catherine threw a dice 40 times and noted the number of appearing each time as shown below. Make a table and enter the data using tally marks. Find the number appeared, the minimum number of times and the maximum number of times. A survey of 120 schools student was done to find the activity they prefer to do in the free time. Draw the bar graph to illustrate above data, taking scale 1 unit is equal to 5 students. Which activity is preferred by most of the students other than playing? My dear student, so these are the questions for the home assignment. I hope you are all able to answer the questions which is given as home assignment. Thank you all for your nice participation. I hope you have got more information regarding data handling. I wish you all the very best. Stay safe and take care. Have a great time. Thank you all so much.